Hi, Ariana here, online business manager and Kartra expert at Scale and Simplify. And in this video, I want to give you an introduction to Kartra. If you just started using it recently and you're a little bit overwhelmed with everything that is in there, I want to simplify it for you. I'm going to show you some of the key areas that you should focus on to start with so that you don't get overwhelmed and confused. Let's jump right in. Okay, so we want to look at the core elements of your course or membership as well as your funnels, and I'm going to just talk through what the purpose of some of these different areas within Kartra is and how to utilize them. Kartra has amazing support resources, so if you look on the right hand side here, it's going to take you step by step through learning about the different areas of Kartra, and that's really amazing and it's really helpful. At the same time, you want to make sure that you're not trying to do all of the things and utilize all of the features all at once. Start one step at a time and build onto that, and that will be the easiest way for you to actually get the most out of the system. So I'm going to start over up here under my products. This is where you're going to put in basically anything you are selling. So any sort of digital products, your courses, memberships, anything where you need to have a checkout form that collects payment from somebody, you are going to create the product in here. So in this tutorial, I'm not going to walk through how to do each of these things. I've got separate videos for all of these, but I'm just giving you an overview of what the purpose of it is. So here under products, really the only thing you need to be looking at as you are just jumping into Kartra is the product section here. Potentially you might want to also add in some coupons, so you might want to have a look at that as well. Now, one thing I do want to explain here is that there are a few different ways for you to actually share products or checkout pages with people. One of them is when you are in the product, after you create a product here, there's going to be this checkout button with the product where you can click on that and it will have a link for you. This is going to be just a super simple, I'll show you a preview here, a super simple checkout page. This is the default sort of design from within Kartra that you can share as a simple way for them to process a payment. Okay, so that's one way. The other thing you will be able to do is on an actual page, and I'll go to pages in a second, but on the actual page, you can essentially embed that checkout form so that it is not the default design, but you're kind of embedding this form portion of it and then putting whatever you want above, below, to the left of it, and wherever you would like. So those are the two ways that you're going to utilize the products. All right, so the first section here is your list of leads. These are your contacts. You're going to upload them with the green button here and have everybody here in your system, whether you're importing from a different system or starting fresh, they're going to go in here. The other thing that you want to set up right off the bat is lists, as well as some core tags. So tags, you may not have many if you're just starting out with using a system like this, but you may also be importing tags from your previous system and organizing them in here. So lists, at the very minimum, you want to have 3. I always recommend having an all subscribers list, a newsletter subscribers list, and a customers list. So those are your essentials, and then your tags will vary based on what products and behaviors and things that you are tracking. All right, and next, also under communications and then communications, is broadcasts and sequences. So I just want to touch on the difference between these two. Sequences is going to be where you put in series of emails. And so this is something like if you have a lead magnet or a freebie funnel where you have a welcome series of emails that you want people to receive one after the other in an automated way, this is where you're going to place them. So you're going to be creating a sequence that anytime some sort of trigger or action is taken by somebody, like downloading your freebie, it will trigger this series of emails. And then under broadcasts is where you are going to be putting in any newsletters or one-off communications. So the difference between the two really is sequences is like this automated sort of evergreen recurring series of emails that you want to send out, or a batch of emails For example, sales emails after your webinar, you can put in there so they just go out, they're trickled out in that particular order. Whereas broadcasts are, like I said, one-off emails. So these are great for newsletters, or if you want to send kind of a few very specific emails to a certain segment of your users, broadcasts makes it really easy to do that in a quick way. All right, next we are going to go into pages. And so this is where you're going to build in any landing pages, sales pages, thank you pages, any sort of one-off page that you have within your funnel or on your website. I personally actually have my entire website on here, so you can definitely do that as well. But if you have a website hosted elsewhere, like on WordPress, you would just have your funnel pages or specific additional pages in here. Now, the benefit of putting them in here versus your WordPress website or Squarespace or whatever it is that you might be using is, for one, the analytics that you are going to be able to track from within Kartra. And the other thing too is the ease of use. It is really simple to use the builder, and there are, when you click to add a page, you will see that there are plenty of templates for you to work with. You can then, create one page for something and then duplicate it multiple times to use it for different purposes. And it makes it really quick and easy to create your funnels in a way that you wouldn't be able to do in something like WordPress. You'll also see the split tests section here. So that is an amazing option within Kartra. Again, just in the very initial stages, we want to stick to just building simple pages, and you can layer in some split tests down the road once you have your core funnels set up in here. Okay, next I'm going to go under my forms. So these are what I would call opt-in forms. So anytime you need somebody to put in their name and email and some other information if you would like to collect it, where it's not a purchase, then you would be creating a form. So for example, if you were creating a lead magnet or a freebie opt-in page, you would create a form in here. You would then embed that form onto your page in Kartra that you are building. And then from there, they would start receiving emails that are coming from the My Communications settings that you have set up. So that's kind of how those elements work together. And then the almost final, the fifth section here that we want to look at is My Memberships. This is where you're going to place either your membership or your course content. Essentially, these are courses. It's just Kartra happens to call them memberships. So here is where you can build your either a portal or a series of courses where you can place all of your course content. It is really easy to work with, and it's very customizable, so you can get it to look kind of as on brand as possible. I'm going to open one up just so that you can see kind of one potential layout of it, where you've got different modules on the side here. Your content is here, a sidebar, and you can place any text, images, videos that you would like. It's highly, highly customizable. Okay, and the sort of bonus and last piece that I do want to touch on is My Integrations. So this is important for you to go into because of payment gateway integration. So make sure that when you start up your Kartra account, if you're going to be putting in anything that is paid, which I assume you will, you want to make sure that you come in here and integrate it with Stripe and or PayPal. And again, there are, when you click to create the integration, there is technical documentation listed right there. So when you go to click on, creating an integration for something, you can go to those help documents that are going to walk you through how to do that step by step. Okay, so that is it. The other areas are really amazing too, but we want to make sure that we start simple and then build onto that. So you're going to be creating your core products. You're going to make sure your contacts are under My Communications and any core email sequences that you need. You're going to build out your pages and any forms that you might have for something like a freebie. You're going to have your course actual course material set up in here, and then you just want to make sure that you have an integration set up so that you can process payments for those products. So I hope that was helpful. If you enjoyed that, make sure you subscribe and like the video so that you get notified of upcoming tutorials that we are releasing. And make sure you check out the description below because we've got free resources for you, as well as plug and play templates that you can import directly into your Kartra account and start using today. Thanks for watching.